What is going on? I know it's been a minute, and I know this was kind of a last minute thing that I was like, you know what? I have not done a public live stream. Let me set this up real quick. In quite some time, and obviously back in the day, I was real heavy in them, and I still like to, I do a lot of research outside the public side of stuff. Everything is very private. Let me take my headphones off because I got those connected to my thing here. But you know what? There's some people out there that obviously I know what they're trying to do. I know what you guys are trying to do. So I don't mind sharing some information on BTC and XRP that I think is helpful. Completely unbiased because I'm not in XRP. I do not hold Bitcoin, but I'm involved in cryptocurrencies, and I look at them every single day, and I look at tons of charts. I just obviously don't do this publicly, as you guys know, so I'm kind of repeating myself because a lot of you guys know this, but if you don't, or you haven't seen me in a while and you haven't jumped in and you're wondering like what's going on, it's like I just don't do it that way anymore, and I feel like overall very more effective when you're not kicking it out. I mean, I think we underestimate AI. I don't want to say I think we do. I think maybe we understand how powerful it is, but we still like are kind of like a vulnerable to it and a slave to it, because if you're broadcasting, whether it's on Twitter, even kind of what I'm doing now, right? But if you're doing this, you're showing your cards, you're telling everybody what you think the market's going to do. The AI is very impressive to the point that it can literally gather and see a large percentage of people based off of reading the text, vocal stuff, things people think they want to go in this direction. Plus, I just think the DEXs, even the centralized exchanges, can see everyone's positions anyways. As much as we want to think that this is decentralized, it's actually not decentralized by any means. But we obviously think that it is, or that's the picture that's being painted. But every wallet is connected to, or transfer goes to another wallet, and we can see it on the chains, on XRP scan, and it all leads to somebody. And if you go kick it over to like Coinbase to maybe get rid of it and sell it, or go to you then got the KYC over there. So we're all pretty much kind of screwed as far as thinking that it is decentralized and there's some privacy. It's more the opposite from my perspective. Some of you guys might disagree with that, but when I can literally just go to a wallet and I can see somebody move stuff around and where it goes, and that's just me. Imagine somebody that has created or obviously owns this stuff. So that's just a different topic. I am going to share some XRP targets review of what the last stream was. So the last stream public was probably about 6 to 7 months ago, and there was some things on there that I stated that based off of my forecast went well. There was some things I stated that didn't go well, so you guys know how that goes. I think most of you guys know, like the masses or that have channels, it's usually, you say a bunch of you guys, I'm not even going to get into it. It's not to cause any sort of hate or anything, but you guys understand how it goes. So I want you to know I understand how that is. It's like, oh, you can pick and choose to make yourself look right. I don't care for doing that, but I'm going to be honest with myself and with you guys, because that's how I always wanted to be when I was doing this stuff publicly. So crazy stuff's been happening. 2024. If you want the short answer, I'm extremely bullish on the market. I have been, as you saw probably in the last public stream about 6 to 7 months ago. I am still there, very much so. I think most people know that there is a massive fall, a massive collapse on the horizon. It's all about knowing where maybe to get out or to be able to see that some sort of way. I'm going to give you guys, for just Bitcoin, because this is a public, it's not a private membership thing, but a Bitcoin and XRP, I'm going to give you the full thing on it, so you at least have that. And I'm glad some of you guys popped in. Eric, what's up? Focus, Armag, Big Man. I'm sure some of you guys have spoke to in a while. SD Hold, yeah, Classic, Master, yeah, Jeff, what's up, bro? Christian, I see you, man. And anybody watching on a replay or just lurking. I'm going to give some things, obviously, that are not chart related yet. We're going to look at Bitcoin here first, and then we'll go to XRP. But there's so many distractions right now. I'm still open to a black swan kind of bird. I think the bird flu thing is still under the radar, but it keeps developing. I don't know if you guys are following it. I think I might have a link open here. Let me see. bird flu, yeah. I keep watching it because it keeps kind of growing in this. Oh, we got more people, at least for United States, certain areas, right? I try to go to China's stuff and look, but when you got to go VPN and stuff to go over there to really see, because it tries to control, a lot of control on the internet, as you guys know, to see what you want to see. And then we don't, a lot of it's all smoke and mirrors too. It's all like, hey, distraction, what's true, what's not, have fun figuring that out, right? It's a rabbit hole, and your whole life will be like that, right? There are no good options left with bird flu. Just CDC reveals new data. More, I think people in Colorado have picked up on it. So I have this on the horizon. I do think that there's another pandemic that is going to take place. It was very good for crypto last time. We can assume that it's going to be good again. Anytime I think that the whole reset, global kind of reset thing that everyone talks about, I think that is the main thing, in my opinion, and everything else is a distraction. I think the financial system being reset and upgraded, and I think the web internet being upgraded. You guys saw like the whole, whether it was a the CrowdStrike stuff with, hitting the Microsoft, the Windows system, and the blue screen of death coming up, messing up flights they're still trying to scramble that and get that fixed. People checking in. You can just see how hard it can hit. And that's very devastating. So I want to add to like, Trump election stuff. I think that he should probably be the president if you look at it from a whole, and he would win organically. But I think that it's going to get tampered with. I do think elites run the thing anyway, so we're watching kind of like a show. I wouldn't be surprised if, in order to stop some sort of election, I think if you hit a bird flu, a pandemic, and a cyber attack at the same time, or at least a cyber attack, imagine electronic voting systems down. Imagine if there was a pandemic and you can't go in person. Let's say that happens, you can interrupt. At least for USA, I know this is a global thing with crypto, but just think of that actually happening in the USA. I wouldn't be surprised if that is something. So I just wanted to share those thoughts. You guys might find that interesting. You might think the same way. You might disagree. But I do think that you can interrupt an election that way very easily. And it goes hand in hand with a financial reset. Obviously, tech, Web3 needs to be the new internet, and blockchain it is, and show that the system is vulnerable. You can already see that. You see where I'm going with it. I wanted to start off with that and kick you guys that because you guys might find that interesting, or at least, whether you think that or not. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. Let's start off with Bitcoin. I will look at a past video here. So at 22 minutes, I'm trying to remember where it is. Let me just see what I was looking at here, and then we can go, because I think I make a comment about a pullback here, but it was a different, and I'm going to call myself out on it. So let me put on my headset right quick. And I'll play this real quick. Let's see, just for maybe a minute or two, and we'll keep going here. Once again, you don't bite on this to say this is exactly what's going to happen. But what I can see is that this was giving me a heads up of probably what was going to happen. And yes, I think Bitcoin goes up to these areas, which is what I'm talking about, 50, 60. I'm not expecting it to look identical to that, but I'm not ruling this off, ruling this out here, that it doesn't do something like that here. But there is, and just like this injection, I can't remember if it's injection, I keep saying ING, but I think it is. There's a pullback there on this one as well, massive pullback. All right, so that was obviously Bitcoin right there, looking for that extra up right here, and then looking for a pullback. I said a massive pullback. You can see the way I was, and it's injected, by the way. I know what it is. I don't know why. Maybe it's when I was first looking at that asset. So we were at 41,980, looking for an up, pullback, came through, made a new all-time high before the halving. So here we are. So let's kind of zoom out and look at where that was. So we were kind of around at the 41 back here, right around, maybe we're right here. Yeah, this was back in just right here. So we're right here, pulled down, and then kicked up, and here we are up here chopping. My only thing is, and yeah, Eric, I mean, there's that to say it. Yeah, Trump will get elected, then I hate to say it, but a year into this term, they'll off him. Oh, wow. That'll be a black swan for everything. Oh, God. That you could be correct with that. I don't want to rule out that, what you just said either. It's sick, dark, Simpsons had we never let Simpsons the whole episodes like go, right? Because it seems crazy with some of the stuff that we've seen. Supposedly, you know, if they always say, oh well, when you try to predict a bunch of things, some of the things are going to come into, but we're like, no, these things are too specific. What are you talking about? Like, come on now, you got too many. So yeah, it's very very crazy. Jarvis, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Okay, so we kicked up. Here we are. We're chopping right here. I'm on the lookout if there is some sort of black swan. It would just be a temporary thing, as you guys saw back here with the COVID smackdown, and then it goes on a not terrible run, an amazing run. As it could it kick down and do that real quick flash and go. It's on my radar. I watch it. I have Bitcoin going obviously up over. I'm at this point. I think I made a comment about. I think it goes over 100,000. I don't know if I said it in that video. I'm pretty sure I did. Like I think it goes over 100,000. Let me see. That was my call there on that. I just want to confirm that I'm still thinking that. And then we'll keep going from there. What's up, Max? How's it going? Brent, how's it going? I'm not going to look for it. It's not important. What's important though is that I do think it goes above 100,000. That's my view on it. The whole 5.3 theory is really right around here. I don't know if you guys know about that. But the 5.3, I think it was Crypto Crew University. It was a while ago. It's on my mind. I grab data and I hold on to it in my mind. I still keep that in mind because right now that's holding true. But I do think that this kicks up here, and I'll show you guys some reasons why. I'll give you the best I can on Bitcoin. I'll give you the best I can on XRP for today. And I dig a lot, and I feel like I'm pretty connected to it, and I think I got a lot of it kind of dialed in pretty well. So right here, if you're wondering what I'm looking for here, maybe a little bit of a pull, like if you're looking short term, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of a kickback, but I got this thing going up unless there's some like swan event or something to kick it down to make that move right there. But ultimately it's just going to be just a temporary thing because it's going to go up towards $100,000 or over $100,000. So if I go over to let me go to the gap charts. I could probably pull it over here. Yeah, here, or wicks. I want to go to some wicks here, so I'm going to show you guys some stuff. These wicks are important. They're of value to me, and you can see there's one right here on this Delta exchange here. Not a very popular one, but it's information. It's at $100,000. I think that is deemed true, that it will fill this wick. Also, I have this Binance US one that I actually find to be of value as well. That's around 138,000. So these are pockets that I think happen. I do think there's a massive collapse on this whole chart. Very bad on all crypto. XRP as well, I'm sorry to say it, but yes. Still, we got down to the 28 cents. I'm a sub 20 guy, sub 10 cent guy in XRP, but not yet is what I'm getting at. So there is the move up, and then that all will start to take place. So I'm just checking in kind of a halfway point. I plan to probably maybe do another public stream at the end of this year. But for right now, I wanted to share with you what I've been looking at for quite some time and what I know, at least from my perspective, and maybe it's of value to you guys. I do have Bitcoin and stuff going up, right, to close this out. So the draw, how it gets there, I'm not really too locked onto the precision of stuff anymore. I've learned a lot from trying to be precise with fractals. The AI is very impressive. I've learned this from it. It doesn't like to copy itself too much. It'll stay away from itself. It'll show you that it looks like it is, and you might find a fractal that, and you guys know I've been dealing with fractals for, that was my main thing that I was doing. It was a different way to read because I feel like it's all computation anyways, and it's just controlled program. So the fractals I've learned love to stay away from each other. They love to do that, but overall the macro will be there. So it'll still make the moves. You'll just get confused and you'll think that fractal, it's not coming through now. It'll maybe change it. No, stick with it. It'll come through. It's just not going to draw identical to a T. At some point it'll divert and get away from it, and it'll confuse the chart reader. So anyways, I wanted to share that. These are areas of where I think Bitcoin is going. Obviously, we've got this far, looking for, this is a shallow pullback right now, so this is all it needs to do if you want to know before it goes to the next leg. Could be, a lot of playing around here going into 2025, but I like this. I think crypto and the alts are obviously going to continue this and catch up to Bitcoin where it's at. So going to make a new all-time high, you're going to see that 2021 level get breached. A lot of assets, if you want to know, on alts, I'll just give you guys this. A lot of alts are right like down here. They're working on a triple cup. They're down here. They haven't even got a chance to make their move up yet. So if you want to know that, that's what I think about it. About the alts, they're on their path, and some of them are already been down the road. They're already high. They're already in flight, and maybe I'll show you guys some. So it's not that alt season hasn't went. There's alts that are going. So I hear some of that out there, like, oh, when alt's going to go? It's like, well, what alts are you guys in? Because there's a lot that are making higher lows right now. So Jasmine's a perfect example. Not to go through a bunch. I see that you guys are a little bit onto that Velo kick. That was one of my babies that's making a higher low as well. There's a lot of assets that are, the injectives of the world, Render, Rune, Bluezell. They're sneaky. They're very, very sneaky. They're making higher lows. They are on their way. They're not like maybe a Casper that's making a new low. So not everyone is in the whole, oh, this is like an EOS or Zcash. These guys aren't doing well. It's kind of like some of those blue chips, we call those blue chips in the group I'm in, are throwing that smoke, making you think things. And there's other ones that are climbing very well. Obviously looking like Bitcoin. TRX doing very, very well. Those are in bull markets. I can obviously go over to TRX and I'm going to jump to Bitcoin dominance, but I just want you guys to know that some of these, they are en route. Jasmine, as I mentioned, I will stop by there real quick. These are already up here. You have assets down here on some, and it's probably bothersome. It's annoying, but these are up 500% up here playing around. Okay, TRX is a great one to look at. I know Render's doing good. I think Rune's doing good. Higher lows on a lot of those. There's some that look more ugly than others. Let me click TRX. As you can see, has been doing fantastic jobs. So not every asset is. I mean, their alt season's going for some. It's they hit this low here and they have not retraced, and they're up here. This one's obviously going to make a new all-time high from my perspective. So. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Obviously, the XLM, some of these blue chips, like I said, are just kind of down here still. They haven't even got up here and made their move. So be patient. This April 2022 level is like a good target for them, for some of those. So going back to Bitcoin, I want to stay on some of that. I just want to give you guys a little understanding of that it's not like some have already left the station. Depends if you're in them or not. So here is Bitcoin dominance. I'll try to stop and see what some of you guys say. Wow, Matt, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Hopefully you have been well. Zach 911, what's up, dude? How you doing? Vegas, I was there. It was good. Gerald, dude, you stay consistent with it, bro. I love it. Some of you guys, Rob XRP, remember? Crub. I remember some of you guys, I'm sure some of y'all have changed your name. SD Hold, definitely. U.S. Senate considers voting to ban Congress from trading stocks before November elections. Will be interesting if we have a run up to 100,000 BTC before that happens, if true. I think so, man. I'm bullish because the chart's telling me I'm bullish. You know what I mean? So, James Lamarco, how are you doing? Hopefully you've been well. I remember you. I remember a lot of you guys. I don't ever forget. All right, so this is Bitcoin dominance, and I have gaps above. I have one left, but it's a kind of a weird one left. I'm going to show you guys why. You guys know I'm big with the gaps and stuff. I have this one below, so if you're wondering where's alt season, it's right here below you. Like for the ones that aren't moving fully, see all these gaps down below? They will get taken out. That's what is going to be happening here as we continue to make these drawings here. So that's what you're waiting for. Remember, it doesn't need to happen over a whole year. You don't need 6 months. You don't need 5 months. Bull runs can be within 2, 3, 4, if it wants to make a nice parabolic uprise. They don't need much time. You guys know that. They don't need much time. So don't let a July bother. It's early. Like, well, you shouldn't be like at all-time high for XRP right now. It's only July. There's a timing of this, so don't be frustrated with it. We'll get on XRP in a second. But this gap above, it's still a weird one for me because I still have it, and they are significant, meaning that they do get closed. As you can see, this one got closed by this wick. This was closed at one point, and if I go to an 8-hour or 4-hour, you're going to see that it's closed. The problem is this is computation, and it doesn't like to be precise. As you can see right there, is grab these gaps. on the 8-hour and stuff. But if I go to the daily, it shows that it has not been grabbed. It's actually showed that it's been grabbed not once, but twice. So going back to the daily here, you're going to see it open up where it didn't get grabbed. So that wick was at 56.30%, right? Now watch this. Go to the 8-hour. It's going to be higher. So go to those wicks there. That's 56.48. Well, why is it on the daily not going to 56.48 and only to 56.30? Yeah, welcome to computation. I have to understand that and read that the best as possible. So here's the other thing that happens. I just want you to know, I've caught on to this many times. The candles will move around and shift. So imagine reading a chart and then things are like, have you ever seen the movie Labyrinth? It's an older movie. Like the blocks and the arrows are constantly changing. It's like, have fun with that. I have to think about that when I'm reading charts. Like, I'll catch it sometimes, moving, filling gaps, and shifting candles. I'm like, Jesus, this is pretty tough when it's doing that. Really messing with your brain. But here we are. So Bitcoin dominance. If it wants to cool off, I'm sure you guys aren't going to be bothered by that because, not that everyone's in Bitcoin or cares too much about it, but it's a 2-week scale right now. I'm going to turn this off. So those gaps below, I do think they get filled. I'm watching this area. I would love for this to just kind of reject this 200. Let's go down, make this a very, very soft, weak, not even a golden cross, like a failed golden cross kind of thing. So just like this failed golden cross, it has every right to. You want to know why? The 200 is not flattened out. It's at an angle still. If this was flat and running sideways, then we'd be like, oh shit, it might rip up through there. So that means Bitcoin's going to go Bitcoin in dominance going up. As you guys know, maybe not. Let me explain. This is the truth of how to understand Bitcoin dominance. I've talked about this with my group. They understand it very well. It's not just coming from me. A lot of people know this, but a lot of people don't know this, I don't think. Remember, if just because Bitcoin is going up in dominance doesn't mean the market is thriving. It could be bleeding bad, but Bitcoin dominance is going up. What it is it's a pie shape, and Bitcoin might not fall as much as the alts. So when the alts are bleeding, let's say XRP is going down 10%, but BTC is going down 8%, well, Bitcoin dominance will be pushing up, but the market's bleeding. Understand that? It's showing that it's going up in dominance because the alts are in the pie are bleeding worse. So it seems, oh, I'm stronger, but the whole market's going down. Get it? So same concept when it is going up, you might say, oh, well, Bitcoin dominance is going up. Yes, because Bitcoin is 5% today and alts are at a fraction of a percent. So Bitcoin dominance is going up. So Bitcoin dominance can go up or down in a green market, green day, or a red day. Make sense? Because all it has to do with pie shape. And that goes for any chart, any dominance, XRP as well. We'll look at XRP dominance, and you're going to see that dominance was going up. And the reason why is because its market cap, obviously, was building higher while others were not. So it'll pump those candles and start to make its draw. So I think some of you guys understand that. I'm looking for, let me see what this is looking like here. I love what I see here. Okay, so you see how we kind of chilled out right here at this top of the RSI, and we're kind of doing that right here. We want, and I love this right here. So we want this. We got 5 days to close out this 2-week candle here. I love to do more macro stuff. Forget the details. If you're somebody like me that's not trying to do trades, this is where I live, on very macro views, and I stay patient because let it play the game and play with the minds over the days or the hours. But if you stick to the macro, you will be like, no, I'm okay with all those moves. But if you're zoomed in, you're going to be bothered by them. Stick out, pull out of that, and just stay and let it, read the way that you would read a 4-hour, read that like a 2-month, and watch how different your mind is and how you read the market. You'll be more effective, especially somebody that's a holder. Read the RSIs on these macros. So the only worry I would have here is, if Bitcoin dominance wants to go up, it could be for a good reason. But I told you it can go up in a bad way, meaning that the market's falling, but Bitcoin's not falling as much as the rest. So it goes up. So I typically would like this to obviously fall, and that means Bitcoin's falling more, which is the rare thing. Do you ever see Bitcoin falling more heavily than the alts? It's not very common for that, to see Bitcoin down 50% and alts staying heavy. You won't ever see that. We've never seen that. At least I haven't. That would make Bitcoin dominance fall, right? If it did that. So it's like, all right, well, if that doesn't ever happen, it never has. So you're telling me, Chris, if Bitcoin dominance falls, it's not for that reason. No, it's not going to be for Bitcoin bleeding. Okay. So then why would it be falling? It's because alts are going up and Bitcoin's not going up as much, or it's stable. You see what I'm saying? So Bitcoin falling in dominance is typically tilted towards an alt season. That's what it is. So it's typically an alt season. So just know that it's likely based off of history and based off of what has happened pretty much the life of Bitcoin. You want it to fall. You want it to fall if you're an alt. And right now, this is set up to continue a fall over the next couple months. So looking at that 2 week, I like that to support a thriving market number. If it's going down, it's probably thriving the market because of what I just stated. If it's going up, it can be an ugly thing. It can be an ugly thing too. So we want this, it's topped out. We need this to come down. This is a 3 week. We need this to come down. The 2 week looked better than the 3 week. I'm going to go back to the 1 week. I want to see how it looks. It's floating right here. It honestly, this looks like Bitcoin dominance has a chance to go up because it's got 1, 2. This looks like it has a chance to go up. So if anything, I would hope that Bitcoin is pumping again, pumping, and unfortunately the alts aren't pumping as much. It's not what you want to hear. It's like, damn, Bitcoin's going again and the alts still haven't went. Some have already went, but as you know, like the XRPs and stuff, they just still haven't fully went. So anyways, looking at that, not really excited about it, but the 2 week, I liked a little more than the 1 week. But let me go a little bit more extended out here. Here goes the 1 month. I could see this kicking up here before falling, another month or so, another month or two. So it'd be like more towards, like I said, you only need a couple months to, like 3 months to kick alts into gear. So not really a fan of that right now, just being honest on Bitcoin. You guys know I'm looking for up though. So it's like, all right, it could be a good up, but it also could be a bad up on the dominance. That's the whole key with this thing. But it going down, it's going to favor majority always based off of history. It's a good thing. The up thing can be good if Bitcoin's the one moving and the alts haven't yet. So it just pops up and then we finally kind of go. Let me make sure that's not inverted. No, it's not. So, look at the 1 cup, the 2 cup. This is what's going to likely happen. You have 1, you have 2, it's going to make the 3. Okay. When it makes the 3 and the dominance falls down and this falls down, which is what I'm anticipating to have happen here, that's where you're going to get your alts. And then when it does finally come down, I do think this whole thing is going to be a shit show. You're not going to want to, it's .com over again. It's ugly. That's what I think. Based off of the chart, the chart's telling me that. So I can X out of Bitcoin here. I don't really have any gaps above. I have gaps below on Bitcoin. I will just look at Bitcoin from a standard perspective, and then we'll get out of here. We're going to go over to XRP, and then I can kind of chat with you guys if you want to talk about anything. Look how beautiful this is right now. It's a monthly candle, closes in 8 days. So pay attention to this. This is very important. It was ugly. It is now switched to a nice, very green, bullish looking candle here, which is where I am favoring this upside. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. So I love this. This is obviously going to end very ugly here. I want to kind of keep letting you know that this ends ugly the way it's set up. This is a bearish divergence. You have the price chart running. The RSI is ahead of the candles, of the price candles. Fact. Always is. I've studied it enough. For me, I call it a fact. I love this left on this RSI, this like left shoulder. I like this right shoulder that's being formed or has already formed. This is my head down the center, this big swoop here. I love the way that looks. This kicking up to pierce that RSI right there is going to pop this candle some more. That's where you're going to get more of that juice. Maybe that's where the Bitcoin dominance is, why it's going up, because Bitcoin's going to get even more of a push. And you're probably like, dude, where are these alts? But alts are going to be there. They're just probably not doing as much. Also keep in mind this. Bitcoin dominance is in the alts. The pack of the alts that are taking up the dominance are the ones in the top 10. Dude, this even includes like USDT, USDC. So you might have like that kind of shit coin that is only needs, like you drop 20 million in it like the market cap, not you put money in, but 20 million goes into one of your shit coins, right? It's firing off while Bitcoin's firing off, but it's not messing with the dominance. Why? Well, it was like a grain of salt in the game of the dominance. The XRPs and the Dogecoin. I don't even remember what's at the top anymore. It shifts so much, and there's coins up there. I'm just like the Solanas and stuff of the world. They eat up. So if they might not be moving, and Bitcoin's moving, but then these other little alts that, like I've shown you guys, some of like the Jasmines and stuff, they're popping off, the Blue Zells and stuff. All those have already pushed up. OM, there's a lot of them. There is a lot of ones. There's probably about 80 ones that have already started to go. So I think this is set up beautifully is what I'm getting at. I love, even though it's doing 1 peak, 2 peak, and this is the third. This third is, remember, I'm on a monthly, so it's swinging up here is what you want. Whether it just does a lower one and it comes down and does one more, it'll still push this price wop up, and you're going to get a lot of love. So it looks very bullish to me. Remember, I'm very macro here. You can play around. I want to see this close green in 8 days. We'll probably see that, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Look at this 2 month. We're still 1 month and 8 days out. I love the wicks up here. I anticipate them getting closed. I do anticipate a new all-time high, as you guys kind of know with Bitcoin. That will get filled down here at some point, so I am open to that. That's going to happen. Oh, this is probably my favorite chart, by the way. RSI, favorite one, 2 month Bitcoin. I know how these go. If that pierces, and I have, as far as me understanding this and reading this, I have over 38 days of a bullish pop window. It's favoring a Bitcoin push, maybe a new Bitcoin all-time high in the next 38 days. Why? Because of this right here, where my dotted line is down here, RSI, stochastic. The stochastic is not even fully maxed out. It is starting to, spend some time up here, but it has another 38 days to play around and to push this thing beautifully up here. So I really like that. The other thing that favors that is the fact that if we pierce the RSI, that white line there goes over the dotted line and goes bink, that's going to send the damn candle up aggressively. Okay, so be on the lookout for that is what I'd be looking for. Macro, it's in your favor. Stay patient. Let the game play. 4-hour chart, 8-hour chart, daily chart, whatever it wants to play around with. Right? Look at this. This is what you would be wanting to read the best as possible. There's a chance that this stops here, right, and creates the right shoulder. This is not what I'm looking for, but this would make somebody be like, oh, this was crap. I watched that guy, Mr. Level Upstream. He was wrong, and that's fine. I can be wrong. But I'm just going off today. What it's telling me that this, if it notched down a little bit, it's just creating a left side like this. So it'll play with your mind right there, kick back, and then pull up. Could be a black swan. I don't know. It could be right there. But as of right now, you don't give me a black swan or anything. This pops up. It's going up, like I said. It looks good. Okay, so stop for a second as we transition over to XRP, but I wanted to share that with you guys because that's very strong stuff that is saying, so stay patient. I know life's tough sometimes. It's very, very hard. Life is very hard. Emotionally, obviously mentally, which connects with the emotions. Life's tough for a lot of people, a lot of you guys out there watching this. I know it. You want a next level, and you can't get there yet, maybe until what you've been planning for to happen happens. So you're being patient. Maybe you're scrambling and you're working that extra job and you're trying to stay afloat. You don't want to touch your crypto, and you're getting hit and you're getting pinned. I've been there. Just try to keep going. I know some of your accounts might be in a negative. I've been there. I just want you to know that. And you might have put yourself there, and because you're a risk taker, you're an entrepreneur, which is what I've done, and I know people around me do. We go so heavy at this, and then maybe it's not happening yet, and then you're like, shit, I'm not managing my money. You're trying to make some money here. I get it. You're swinging it's either this or you can go work the 9-to-5 job. You got to find something to get you out, right? I can continue to do my businesses, but I'm exchanging time for money, and you put yourself in a position to the point you're like, I'll just go eat at Taco Bell, McDonald's, because I got to try this, and you can hit a negative in your account because you have been so aggressive on a crypto. It's completely normal. It's completely normal. I want you to know that. And I know people watching this are probably like, shit, he's He knows what's up. Like, that's it. I know what you guys are doing. I know what you guys are doing, and I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. MT Matt, what's up, dude? Let's keep going here, man. What's up, Adam? Glad. Tonto, what's up? My brother and Ray Run, how are you? Victoria also as well. How are you doing? So let's go over to XRP. I know a lot of you guys are XRP holders. I'm not an XRP holder. I'm going to say this, and I'm never going to say the full thing of what I'm going to say. But I will still try to help come time. It's not yet. I'm trying to think how to say it. There's information I have that I think is very, very valid. Some, maybe even in my group, don't agree, but some do. It's valid, and I'm using it to help. I'm not going to share exactly that kind of indicator I'm using, but it will be to, like, maybe tell people at the time, like, hey, you might want to play it this way. Maybe I don't want to make anybody sell too early, but I'm not trying to influence, because I'm not trying to give financial advice, but I'm also like, shit, if it does what I think it's going to do, and these people are going to they're going to be really upset. I think there's a very upsetting moment on the horizon. Not yet, especially, but for XRP, for everybody. So don't think XRP is going to be numb to, immune to a collapse and anything. I think it gets hit as well, unfortunately. And remember, it's one of the most popular ones, and a lot of people are in that direction. And yes, it's fully broadcasted. That is supposed to be the greatest asset out of the bunch. I understand, everyone understands, but I want you to think about that people, everyone knows that. So is it the obvious? Here you go. All you got to do is buy this. The banking systems, everything's going to use it. We got this figured out, guys. We're the lucky ones, we're the smart ones, or are we being fed something and it's not really that true? So just diversify. That's all I can tell you, man. That's all I can tell you to try to help you. My opinion could be completely wrong, as you know. But just if you think and you ground yourself rationally, you might be like, guys kind of got some points there. I get it, but still play in it if you want to play in it. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. I'm bullish on it, by the way, if you're wondering. I'm bullish on it. It goes up. I'm not a hater of it. I just see it different. So let's go over to XRP. Let's go look at some gap charts, some stuff that's been helpful. Let me see back here on the video. Let's see what I was talking about. I have some timestamps before I jumped on this live. Let me see here. Let's go to the 28-second mark real quick. There's 3 spots here, so let's go there real quick, and I'll play it and see what information I had here, and let's see what's moving forward. Likes that, then you got to be open to the timing of this, and just let these things draw, and don't freak out when you see wicks come down here and then they kick back up. So we do have some gaps down here still. So there's a major bar right here. Do I think it comes back down there? It does. High probability it comes back down towards that area. I obviously have it even coming down towards 10 cents. Yes, I have it coming down towards 10 cents. As much as that'll upset you and you don't have to agree with it, that's fine. But right now I'm not there. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for up. Okay, so it's at 62 cents at the time of this video. Obviously we came down and closed out some of these gaps. You see mine above. Let me go to the next little spot here. Let's grab it all, and then we can get off this little replay here. I just want to pick up where we left off. So 33 minutes. There's some information here. This is supposedly helpful. Let me see. So if there's any tip I can give somebody that's like learning charting or trying to get better, pick 2 things, RSI and stochastic, and you don't stop studying them and staring at them for years. I'm obviously several years in, so it's easier for me to understand them. But you don't bounce around and start looking for these like lucky indicators. Don't do that. You have to get one and study it. It doesn't matter really in a way. Just study and understand it and understand how it behaves. And once you start to do that, it's got plenty of room to the upside. And here's the kicker. All right, I'm going to remember that. That's the weekly stochastic. We're going to check in on that because that is of value to you guys. One more spot here, 41, and then we'll go back to it. There's something on the weekly that I was showing you. That's why I paused. I must have wrote it down. So 41, somewhere around here. Let me see what I said. Let's see. Set. If this pulls back down too much, it's going to come up here. Is what I'm saying. That's on the XRP dominance. So if that does compress that, I have to be open to this downside here just for a moment. It's just a brief moment. Don't get flustered by this, what I'm about to say either. Okay, so I started to sniff out later in the stream, I was towards the end, the XRP was going to come down from this brief moment. I'm like, I started obviously not liking it, and so it was at 62 cents. Let's go to the charts and let's pick up where we left off and see if we can continue to move forward there on it. So that's where I was starting to like be pretty doubt in, I think, a little bit on it. So let's go over here. Let me take this off my head because I got some good gap charts and stuff. We use this bitch stamp. So it was at 62 cents. It's probably back in December, a while ago. November, December, right here. Okay, so obviously chop, pulled down. It's obviously pushed back up for you guys. This was an area that I'm looking for $1.30, and I still am. That's what's in the video. The price target is $1.30. That's my first target for those. I think that happens first before anything like a 10 cent. I think we go up, and it's trying very, very well to really support that. And I'm going to show you guys something on the XRP dominance that might be very helpful. If you flip XRP dominance upside down, which is doing the opposite kind of, it shows this move on it. XRP dominance is going to show you that move that you just did right there, right, that we just did, and it says that it's going to come all the way up here. Okay, so you might be saying, well, where is your high target on this? And I'm like, well, I do it in stages if you're wondering. So step one is to get to $1.30, and then I reevaluate where things are, where Bitcoin is, but I will have high probabilities on stuff. So the high, almost 100% probability is that it goes to $1.30. Okay. From that point on, my next level is the $1.59, and then up towards this $2, right up into this area right here. I have a high probability that goes there well before like a 10 cents. And it gets nerve-wracking when it gets down here and you think, oh, maybe I'm wrong. But sure enough, it's holding well here. I have gaps above on that are going to help. We're going to look at some gaps. But just keep what I showed there in mind. So these right here, these guys on Bitstamp, I've had them here since July of 2023. Did this stream, last public stream, somewhere right around 62 cent right here. You can see what has happened. The whole thing was like, hey, be patient, guys. It'll go to the $1.30. You just gotta ride through this kind of smoke and mirrors right here. What's up, Michael? So this is going to happen, right? Up towards 84 cents, right? And you might say, I'm not looking for 84 cents. I understand you might be looking for some crazy numbers, but I'm gonna ground you and take it one step at a time, and say, well, this is where we're gonna go first, and I'm gonna give you a high probability, so at least get there. We can reevaluate when it gets there. There's obviously gaps to the downside that you're not going to like. You can see there's a 10 cent on this chart there. XRP, Bittrex, they shut this one off, so I lost. There's no tracking here as far as like future gaps and stuff. It stopped here at December 2023. But I still have my gap up here towards $1.59. It is of value and it's very significant. So just know that we got to go there. This is a very good chart here on Kraken. I do have some low 26, 25. It was getting concerning here. I'm like, are you going to go and grab those? I don't need to grab those. It's held so far, kicked back up. You can see what I got above. And once again, another $1.59. So $1.30, $1.59. Lock onto that for right now if I'm an XRP holder. And I will reevaluate what I plan as time goes and once we get there. Is there a chance that we don't go much higher than maybe we make a, maybe we get to all-time high, or it doesn't show in this Kraken chart, but I can go to fibs and we look at fibs. Let me double check something here. The fibs are very helpful. The fib pivots, this NASA was the guy that showed me this, and it's so helpful. So I'm going to go to a weekly pivots, and I mean, everyone can see a major bull flag there, like insane, where you're gonna like, and I can run this next to Doge and I can get you guys jacked up on some bullish stuff. You want me to run this next to Doge at the end of the stream? I'll run this next to Doge and I'll get you on cloud 9 But I'm gonna not go there during the stream because I'm a grounding like step 1, step 2. Let's not just bet on some copying of Doge, but I'll show you that Doge fractal will say send this thing. So I'm not gonna rule anything out. Let's go ahead and but I'm not gonna live there fully. I'm not gonna rule it out. All right, so S1 has been a fabulous, fabulous spot for many assets to bounce from, to be bottoms, okay? So as you see here, we got very close to S1, which was a 37 cents XRP. We got down to about 38.9. It's bounced there, and it's at its pivot level right here where the P is. This is good news. You would then start to work its way to R3, and we can go on from there. You can see back down here, S1 right there, this bar has been a great support for us. So stay open to this still being a great support, even if it did want to play a game and come back down here, bam, smack down. It can go in through it. It doesn't have to be specific, you can see. But I want you to know how significant S1 is, and we were just there, around there. Here it is again, S1, COVID crash, boom, pulls up through. S1 has been very great for XRP to push through that. Back over here, this is obviously, I never even got to S1 on this chart. I could probably grab, not the Kraken, but the bit stamp one will probably maybe give me a little bit more. There you go again. Please be open to, obviously this wick went through, but it's flash wick. S1 right here, half a penny, goes and does wonderful things. S1 was over here. You couldn't see it at the time. Did well. When it becomes a bear market, it's not gonna. It'll bounce off S1, but it's gonna destroy it like it did here. They ain't gonna hold there. But when you start rounding corners and you start moving up and it looks a lot better, S1 becomes very good, as you see there. S1 is held there and a little bit down towards S1. It's in your favor. It's in your favor. That's what I'm showing you guys. It's in your favor. It's a good thing, right? And same with Bitcoin, I can show you that. But S1's done very, very well on the Fibonacci pivots. That's what that is, Fibonacci pivots. So let's turn that off. And let's go back over to, I think I went through, what was this right here? This is Poloniex. Okay, so this Poloniex chart, this was a prediction at some point. It obviously didn't go fully down here, but it dropped off very well there for me. It's been doing very well right here. I like this. So that's been taken out. I can take some of these out here. Let's take that out. That's already been done. That's been done. That's been done. That's been done. This has been done. I mean, all these have really been taken out, and it's not leaving me much. Wait, what side am I on? That is not right. Something's not right. There should be gaps here. Let me go to my other chart, because I've been using Poloniex. It doesn't like to be super clean. It'll show a lot of gaps, and gaps do get closed 90% of the time. There'll always be the stragglers. Okay, it's the Poloniex versus, I was using the Poloniex versus Tether, this Poloniex versus the US dollar. So I want to show you guys, this has been very helpful. Obviously nasty flash wick there. Okay, so really signaling, hey, we got to get up towards 80 cents and stuff. I know you're not going to like this, but there's a lot of gaps. These have been cleared out. We got to be real with ourselves. And if, whoops. I don't know why that wasn't. I was clicking the wrong button. These are all been taken out. That they are open for business. That one's grabbed. So we got that. So there are some gaps to the downside. So you saw where that S1 pivot was. It can mess with your mind here and go revisit that. I want you to know there could be some sort of event here to get that. You can see this kind of trend line I've had here from quite some time that goes all the way back here and runs up through. It's not trying to be precise. Obviously, flash wick glitch there. There was a 35 cent, and you could see it's running great. Where if it did go back down to grab all these, I hate to make you want to see that, but it is the truth. I'm telling you that it goes up towards the $1.30, but if it wants to kick back and kind of mess with you right here, bam, and then do it, and then you'll get your full, where it's going to top out on this bull cycle, then so be it. But ultimately, that's what you're up against. It can get them later. It doesn't need to get them right now. These can be all done later. Once it goes up towards like 80 cents and gets that $1, those gaps are later. Okay, I'll repeat that. Once it goes over $1 to me, and because I have gaps above for the dollar, I'm showing you guys, $1.30, $1.59, it's up there. Once it starts going there, these are later, but they will get grabbed. I just want you to know that. don't think that it just rides out of here and everything's fine. It's kind of strong words, but one step at a time. Probably reevaluate that towards the end of the year. All right, so I'm going to give you some more backing of this, and then we'll look at it from a regular standpoint. So over on the left is XRP dominance, and you can see it doing very nicely with this left side, right side here. This is kind of my middle. I'm expecting, I got some gaps above on this dominance over here. So this is still a value, that big gap down here for XRP dominance. Yes, I do think it gets hit, but look at the upside there where my cursor is. Look at the path. I'll zoom in on this so you guys can see. This is in your favor. This is stay calm, relax, stop, don't get too worried about it. These are just screaming, hey, let's go get them. That means XRP is going up aggressively compared to the whole market. So this says, this is kind of shocking maybe, that XRP will maybe have a day or so like you saw here. You guys saw it the other day, right? XRP was like maybe up 12% or something aggressive maybe, or it's been doing in chunks 8% and the other market wasn't moving as much. It's getting its dominance up while everybody else is kind of chilling. So you might think it's decoupling. Don't go there too much. Just know that it's running right now for itself. It does that sometimes. The whole decoupling thing has been going on since 2018. I can assure you. I've been around long enough to know 2017 to now, which is what, we're at 7 years. I've been doing this, learning a lot. But anyways, up here, these are significant. It's likely going to happen. If this is pushing here, XRP is probably getting closer towards like maybe $2.50. Clicking these. All right. So I'm going to turn this off for a second. Put it back there where it was. I'm going to flip XRP dominance upside down. Okay. So flip XRP dominance upside down. And I'm going to show you how this loves to show you a little bit what's going to happen on this chart on the right. So this, when it's inverted, you see it fall down, right? But XRP is not there yet. So look at where I'm at when I'm topping out. Look over to the left where the dotted line is. The dotted line has already showed that the chart has fallen, is bounced, it's cupping over there, triple cupping, 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup. It's already here. It already peaked and fell. So when you look at this is just coding and it can give you information. It's not doing it on purpose. It just, there's so many things going on, but you can find something that'll help you. It's not trying to, I can't let anybody figure anything out. No, you can't control these graphs and charts. Something is going to be doing if you flip it or do something, you can figure it out. So anyways, it shows that we were going to fall, and it did. The other thing that happened here, boom, right here, this is December 20th, right? It showed that this was going to come from this bottom and push up, possibly back to this peak. Well, what happened? We're down here. It said that this peak was going to be a lower high, and it was going to come back to that point. And I'm just using it as in a way that it's a probability. And sure enough, this pushed up and finally got up here. And you can see this was already back down, and it already did what it wanted to do over here, and it happened. Okay? And you might say, well, what about today? What are you showing today? I'm showing that this pulled down and did this rollover, and then went up back to that peak. Great. We're going to go down. We're going to do that rollover, and we're going to go back to that peak, which would be all up in here, which is $1.59, $1.30, $2. You can see how it adds more value to those gaps and stuff I was just showing you guys. So this stream may seem like, a lot of people won't probably watch it because no one follows me anymore, and that's fine. It's what was designed to do, not to be an influencer or whatever you want to call us. But it was to obviously give those out there, I'm going to see what this guy's got. Here you go. I got some real stuff. I work hard on it, and it's helpful. It's very helpful, and it hits. They hit. So you can use it for guidance and to keep you calm there. So yeah, high, low, another high there, comes down, creates a higher low here, goes up again. So what did you see? A high, a low, a higher low there, comes down again, but a higher low, which is all back in here, right? But it then goes up again. It goes up again. What's the chances you guys think that's going to happen? Highly likely is going to happen. It's been and I have a lot of data to support it. So XRP going up to this area is likely to happen, and then we'll reevaluate it from there. if the dominance does kick up, remember I got a gap up here. If this does kick up, that's going to support me saying, all right, I think XRP is going to go make a new all-time high. If you do that, I'll lean more towards the all-time high right now. Not ruling out an all-time high, but I will. But I am going to end with a Doge XRP fractal analysis that I didn't prepare for, and I'm going to give you guys that. So let's finish up with XRP. I'll talk to you guys, and I'll end on that note. And I'm just going to go through some regular XRP looks here and indicators, things like that. I'm going to grab the Bitstamp chart. Let's do Bitstamp. Let's look at the daily. Let's zoom in, see what we got going on right here. So where's the positive? Where's the negative? So positive, got some moving averages lined up very well. Could come up here and rip up, and let's go pop XRP some more. I just showed you all them gaps on the XRP dominance. Don't be surprised if XRP has the greater day here soon and the other ones are not. Don't be surprised. It could happen. The other thing here is if this RSI wants to go and pierce again on the daily for XRP here in the coming days, week or so, you're going to get more XRP love and you're going to be stoked about it. It's going to be great. It's set up right now for that. It shows that that can happen. 2 days. I like the way this is curling. Kind of same argument. You see what's going on here. So you can see when it pierces, you can see it pop up. You can see the rejection here on the RSI. Nice base hit taps. Let me see if there's. We're going to go to more macro here in a second. But it's sitting up underneath the RSI. Like I just stated, if this pierces here, it's going to pop that. It goes with any chart. It's not just XRP. We are kind of maxing out here, so you're going to want to hope that that just kicks up there just a little bit. Give you some more XRP love. And once you start getting out of here, we'll worry about those gaps that I was showing you earlier later. XRP is in its bull run here. The 3-day is not fully maxed out. It hasn't maxed out since November of 2023. It did bottom out right here once, two hits on it. Never fully went again down here, but hasn't fully went up. Playing a lot of games, but it can continue this right now. So that 3 day is not giving me a lot. Let me go to the 4-day. We're gonna scan this thing out and then I'll check in with you guys. Coming over here to the 4-day, it's at the peak here, as you see, where it likes to top out and go down. How much time's left on it? You still got 3 days left, you know, so what, 72 hours? Be nice to get a little XRP pop here, close out that nice monthly candle, which will, this probably looks great, the monthly candle. We're going to look at that in a second. As we scale to some more macro stuff, I start to like it more. You can see I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21 days. I look at stuff like that. Let's jump to the weekly. So the weekly, underneath the 200 moving average, you have 2 great weeks. Here's the good news, XRP holders. The weekly stochastic has not topped out, so you have the rest of this week. You have probably into next week to get this thing back up here to reset, where it's like, okay, we done, and we can either go down and reset, or we can hold up here and do something. But it's in an area where you want it to be, because you have 1, 2, 3 hits on the base, and you have yet since September of 2022. This is what I was one of the timestamps on the video. That's why we looked at it. September 2022 is the last time the weekly stochastic has topped out. You're finally getting up here. So this is a good position for you guys. Running over to the 2 week. Let's see if things get better for me. I love these more macro looks. I love the way this is hitting there. Oh, I love my triple cup base on the 2 week. Fully bottomed out on the stochastic. Nice 1 cup move, 2 cup move, and then like, man, you're gonna send that up there again and pierce that. Love the way that macro, it looks very bullish. We got 5 days to close out the 2 week. I'm liking it. So it's making me feel good. You saw last stream, I was saying I got to the point, I'm like, I don't really like this. It might go down. Dude, look at this 3 week candle. I mean, you would think I'm holding XRP the way I'm talking about it. Not. Beautiful 3 week. I want it to close at least this or greater. 5 days left of it, so hopefully it sticks to that. Love this. Hold this area here, come back up here and go annihilate that RSI to and I love the way that this stochastic is moving to that. Oh my goodness, this was what I wanted to show you guys. Sorry, I got a text. I was wondering what that is. Dude, look at, I said this on the last video, the 3 week, the last time a 3 week stochastic was hit at the very top, meaning it went and fully extended on this indicator was May of 2017. That was a very blast bull burst moments for XRP. That's XRP going from half a penny to like $3.60 during these times here into 2017. And you can see, I want you to pay attention, it's dropping down but then going up, and that right there is what pushed XRP. So there's a lag in the price. Like, these indicators are ahead. So if it tops out, you gotta remember this, and then it's going to go down, you don't think that the XRP chart is done and that's the top of the XRP chart. No. That's a bad mistake in the game of reading these charts. It went down. Yes, there was a halting moment, and the stochastic is making you think it's done, but this swing right there, that was a lower high than that, pushed it to $3.64. So keep that in mind, that these lowers, that little lower move, and it happens on the RSI too, the lower high is another high on the price chart a lot of times. I don't say a lot of times, almost every time. And then it's done. Wow. Bear market, right? Oh, a little bit of hopium here. You know, we're getting some hopium. There goes May. Look, May 2021, April 2021 was XRP's last high, local high, right there. It didn't fully max out. So here's the good news. You got this hitting so much down here. It's in your favor. I would, if I'm you guys, I want to see this come all the way up here and maybe even max out before I start to maybe consider selling some, taking profits. I think you got that running in your favor. So the 3 week stochastic is in your favor. This looks very, very good. Let's go to the monthly, and then I'll turn into you guys. You guys asked if you guys want to talk about anything. Feel free, or I can end this. So the monthly, we got 7 days left. And 23 hours. Clearing right now, it's holding this 200 moving average, as you see the blue line. I'm sorry, the 100 moving average on this blue line, and then the 50 moving average for the monthly on that yellow line. We're over it right now. I love this cup system, 1, 2, and this is a 3. I would like this V-shaped recovery to get out of here because it's looking pretty good, but we need to close this out very nicely. Can't be no black swans messing with this right now. It would be a temporary down that you'd have to deal with, but these wicks are going to get attacked and closed per my data that I'm looking at. So I just want to share that with you guys. And monthly, the 2 month, oh boy, I love this one as well. Last time this is topped out was July of 2017. So May, June, you know, that May, June, July area has been a last time for the 3 week and also the 2 month. So we have bottomed out fully right there. You can call it almost another one since it's deep down here, and you're already out and you're on your way up. So up here is where there's going to be some more love for you guys here. So from the coming months through September through November of this year, look for that extensions above $1, $2 and stuff. It's looking very good for you guys over there. So fire away if you guys want to talk about anything. I'm going to jump over to the Doge chart and show you guys that hopium, and we'll wrap this up. So I think I'll keep my Bitstamp here, and let's go pull Doge. The Doge I'm going to use is historical. We'll go here. It stopped. It was on Bittrex, so don't worry about where it's at today. It's all about these extensions back here, and let's go ahead and run that on maybe a 2 week, maybe. Let's see how the 2 week does for us. Yeah, let's do that 2 week. Look at those. This is some hopium for you guys. I'm not calling this, but I want you guys to see it because I can argue it. I can argue it, and okay. Let me see if I can get some moving averages in here for you guys. So let's go down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of moving averages 1 week. There we go. We'll do 1 week to 1 week. Not that it's going to be exact timing here, but at least I can give you a little bit of a look here. So what you look where my cursor is down here, right? And then you come here, boom, and then you got this going on here. You're in this motion. You're in that level right there. This is everything you probably dream of. Is okay, well, we had our bear market pop, bear market sideways, and another pop. You guys are probably super stoked about that. We can also go and, let me see, that's Zap, Digibyte. Let me take, let's take them both and run fibs on them over here. So we're going to go, we'll go Doge, right? Full, clean, basic, defaulted fib extensions. Let me take this stupid thing out of there. So let's go weekly because that's what we were on. All right, let's just see the fibs that have hit here. So I don't know if I was going to do it here. We'll do it a couple ways. Let me do it top to bottom here. Yeah, there you go. Right there. So let's do this. Remember, this is 2014 area. Hit the 321 extension beautifully for the way I have mine set up. You can see the 4236 got dinged, and then it went to the 321. Right. So let's go and take this chart and go XRP, and we can run trend lines and stuff on this, even though I'm not a big trend line person. Sorry, my brain's going as all right, so it was back down here, so we're going to take the top, all right, and we'll go to the base, all right. So what do we know? Well, the 4236 got annihilated. Yep, we did that, all right. It actually went to the 55 on that impulse. The 321. Let's say XRP goes to the 321. So we're not going to look for exact candles like, oh, this whole move is so aggressive. XRP is going to do that. No, they're not. Don't ever do that because it's a bad thing to do. But you can use some fibs and stuff, and when you do that, it'll probably calm you down. Okay, it goes to the 321 maybe. There you go. Use some fibs and find it. Don't just go off of, but you can see the 3 impulse moves there. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Looks great. Loves to do that. There's actually 1 there, 2 there, pull back, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 321 is where it went to. What's the 321? $18. So what's my prediction if it goes past these like $2 level as we get there? I'm going to start looking towards that. But I'm not looking past that because I got stuff that needs to take place down here. Unfortunately, you're not going to want to hear that, but it's still open for business. A lot of stuff down here. Kind of scary, but at least you can get some gains first that I think happen. But I would say that would be my hopium. Not really hopium. It's like, dude, hey, I'm just running from January 2014 down to its base, went to 321, right? Going from November, December, we'll call it January 2014 down to its base, I'm giving it to the 321. And you can do that with XLM. You can try to do it with a lot of them. So if they have this data on the backside here, if you do this area here and say, we'll just do the 2018 pull and down, right? You can see we, struck this, what is that, 50% mark. We're just in the 236 area zone right now. So go back to this, throw this at the high here, 2018, throw this at its base, which is the COVID crash wicks. It went to the 36 extension, so go over here. Remember, this doesn't have to fully match that. The 36 extension, if you take it from this standpoint, is $132 on XRP. All right, it's probably everything you want. The 4236 is at a 15, which is close to that 321 on the full chart. But one of the main things you should never do, never, ever, ever do this. I've done this enough to learn. And I'm still friends with Kevin Cage. He's a buddy of mine. I talk to him a lot. He knows too. Don't ever take a chart that went to a certain fib and think that they're all going to that fib. Don't ever take a chart. This got rejected at this fib and think that they're all going to get rejected in that fib. That is the biggest thing, one of the biggest things to always remember about this. Do never, never, never do that. It's not ever going to work out. And it's just too inconsistent to do it that way. You have to take a lot of things to decide where it might stop or if it'll keep going. Because we just saw that happen on the last move here. So I'll use ADA as an example. So we just go to ADA, right? So let's use, here's XRP. Let's go to ADA, right? Or you can look at Doge. They obviously didn't follow, but let's go to ADA and do the same thing. 2018 top there to its base. And you're going to see that answering your question why I say don't ever do that. So, because it will mess you up. All right, so this from its 2018 top, it went all the way through its 1618, right? So you might have been thinking, is XRP going to go to the 1618? This was the last bull run, right? So go over and check it. And so you might have been waiting for $6 XRP right here as this was pushing up. It never came. So just some very, very, very good information to help you out. Don't do that ever, ever, ever. It's just going to mess you up. You probably held and nothing, crap, it never happened. But damn, ADA went. All right, but that's not saying that it won't go here. I think that we can start to look at that. But right now, I'm showing you hopium. Like, look at it against Doge. Look at 321 fib on the full X thing. Look at the 36 or the 4236. They all don't have to do that. They won't all just do that. They won't follow each other, and they'll make sure that they don't do that. They'll stay away from each other and confuse you. So. But some will, so stay diversified. I saw somebody say, Zach said, that's why I'm spread out all over the market and I only had 10,000 XRP. Dude's playing it very, very well. He'll likely get more % off of the others. So be safe with it. Let's see what's going on here. That's what I wanted to end with. I also will be, you might see, and you can laugh, I don't care, I find it funny. 2, I am releasing a music video. I wrote a song, and it's kind of hip-hop. I decided I'm not a hip-hop guy, probably. I think everything came out good, but it just didn't feel like I was being true to myself, so I will be sharing that tomorrow, this video I released, so hopefully some of you guys like it, and a lot of you guys like music and stuff. Probably gonna move over to either some pop, EDM, or country, but I just love music, so I like to create. My mind likes to do things, kind of an art kind of mind, artist guy, so you might see that. I want to at least give you guys some crypto stuff, though, because this channel is for crypto. It's not a music channel. You want me to check XDC? I can check that. You think we get BTC alts pullback in September? Hey, Gerald, I kind of, we're getting a lot of pullbacks right now. I mean, I can even show you. We can just go to XDC is a good one to look at. I don't mind pulling some of these. We're getting a lot of them now, bro. I mean, this thing really deserves to make a nice push to the north on many assets. Let me go to, sorry, XDC. This had an ugly pullback, by the way, too. So, I mean, you can just see how wonderful this was doing right here. So let me get up in here. Well, you can see what it's done so far. And what was that? That was April's high there. Let me check this against something. So let's take that April high. So that's this, right? I'm just going to give you an example. So this April high to its base blew through the 238. So if we go to XDC, this is how you would do it. If something doesn't have the full, it wasn't out in 2018, Chris, so I don't have it, right? It came out in April of 2018. Great. Run a fib on many charts from their April 2018. That's what I just did on ADA, and you'll see some information. So look what has happened. I now know that XDC has ran like, as you see, ADA, Cardano. I put them both at their April level base. They went through their 4236 beautifully. Went through its 4236 beautifully. So now you might say, well, do you have anything that's going to help me see how high it can go? And I'll be like, yeah, we can then maybe go get Doge. That's about all we can probably get. Maybe you can go run some others like this. I'm on Trader Pro if you want to know, so you can Google it. But it can be helpful. But we'll just go look at the chart from a normal standpoint. So, 1, 2, 3 push. This ugly pullback, but this is needed. I can show you information that I have this going up to some higher levels. It does look ugly as shit right now. Let's be real. Look, lower high, like collapse. Ugly. I have gaps down there. I probably have them on this. Aha. That'll give you some confidence up there, but did that get grabbed down here? This looks ugly, by the way. Who asked for that? Was that Matt? I'm sorry, bro. I'm just calling. I got to be straight up about it, man. It's just ugly at the moment. So what you'd be looking for, was this gap grabbed yet? No, it's not. You see it right there, Matt? So that's at 2.4 cents. So Are you bummed out if it gets there? No. It might want to grab it, but look what's here. Have I seen this kind of move? Yeah, a fetch kind of, let me go grab fetch. I can show you stuff that is, if you want an idea of what it can do, like how does this look like it recovers? I'm like, well, let me show you some that might give you that idea of how it recovers. But that's an ugly bearish kind of form. I think Bax did the same thing. We turn that off. You know there's gaps above, so that's helpful. I don't know if even Fetch did it as ugly as that. No, Fetch did it as ugly as that. There it is right there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it did it up here. It's not down here doing it, but I want you to look at, let's go from here. So it's same. See where my cursor is here on this April 2022? That's back here. So comes down here, pulls this, you did this, it pushed up. Dude, if there's anything that I would use for you, man, on this, Matt, right here. XDC, Fetch, you're going to see the same macro drawing, right? So I'll just kind of walk through this with you right here. So you have a kind of like a 1 cup. There's a little guy there, you know, whatever, 1, 2, 3. It pumps up out of there and it pulls back to it, right, to that level. So you do have that 1, 2, as I said, like a 3, right, kind of there. It's kind of drawing these. It's in its own form. You can see it's meet at the same time right there, right? It climbed up out of here, but it didn't go and pump up like this. Pump up and pull back. It pumped up and finally pulled back to it. So same concept. Boom, back. It did it in its own form. Boom, back. It did it to its own form, back to this level, right? I know it's back down to this level, so it's an area that this and others have bounced from this area. So it's just hit it twice. But as you see us get to this ahead here, boom, 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 you can see that massive, nice run that takes place there. So you have it looking very similar. You know, this one's just ahead. I might throw this on a 2-day, but so you hit that high. Look over to the left there. As I do that, you can do right here, low, high, comes down, boom, falls in this cup here. That pumps. You haven't got it yet on XDC because it's trailing. Finally pumps. Good for you. You know, boom, back up to these high levels over here on the charts. I can stretch this if you want it to look a little more like it. Dives down here a little bit deeper than this, but I would say that this move here is what you would be looking for. So this would come back up here and then go up above that. So you would then, and watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn on my lights. See them? That's for this move for you. So you gotta trust that. But who the hell is trusting that, looking like that? Ain't no one to believe that that's gonna go up like I just showed. I wouldn't. Looks terrible. But I'm showing that I can do that. Rob, dude, hopefully you've been well, man. I know you were, you've been hitting it, man. I remember, yeah, back in the day, dude. Crazy memories. Yeah, it's those are the old. Some of those were days, man. It's just different vibes. Everything was different. It's crazy how each like section of XRP, you know, not XRP, but just charting and stuff as the years go by. It's just crazy, man. Shaba, what's up, dude? Glad some of my buddies in here, man, that are close to me in a group are lurking. Focus, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, just it's kind of good. Sydney Shabo, man. Chainlink says okay. So let me just clear up here. I'll get a couple more and then I'm gonna head on out of here. Casper, if you can, Chris. Yeah, Casper is one I'm holding. So it's something I like, but let me see. I didn't do what I can on it. Yeah, see, this is one of those ones that you're like, alt season hasn't won. This is terrible. It's one of these, but we can argue that I have a gap at 10 cents. I know that, which is April 2022. This can be looked at in a way like XRP, which these levels, I mean, these wicks are beautiful on this, by the way. But I do have, I don't know if it's on this chart. It's 11 cents, I apologize. Not 10 cents, it's 11 cents. So this 11 cent gap is our guy. So that's going to give you some information. It's not a lot on this chart. I checked plenty of them. So I am still locked onto this. I do like this kind of like 1, 2, 3. I got it coming up here. Maybe a pullback and then go again. But for now, I did think this was the bottom right around here, and then it kicked down again, and it confused me a little bit, but I think it's just holding its level compared to others. I don't have much on it. Let me go to the weekly. Let's see what kind of, I think I went to the S2, which would be a very, very strong area that it bounces from to be a reversal. As I showed you, S1 is the very popular one across many assets. But yeah, this thing went to its S2, which is the S1 off the back here. So here goes S2, Fibonacci pivot. You can see us attack the S1 back down here. I don't really, I mean, here, the S3, are we really going to go get the S3? I don't really see that. And maybe when you don't really see it, it happens. But it has every right to just hang tight here and then go up here and start working its way up. You got to stay patient with it. You know what I mean? So that'd be like a quick understanding of this. The weekly RSI, you know, coming from the bottom there. Dink. No, didn't break it. This looks good. It's bottomed out on the weekly. It has not maxed out since 2023, February. You got to be bullish on it at this point. At least I do. I am. You know, Chainlink was an interesting one. It has done, it's a higher low. So Chainlink has already went and started its bull run as far as I'm concerned. I was curious, excuse me, if it's going to pull back. Why don't see, dude, my eyes are going out on me. Where's my Chainlink? Oh, duh. I'm so stupid. I'm thinking Chainlink. It's under link. I don't know why I was looking for chain. S1. What did I say that was a good area that it likes to bounce from? S1. So it was right there above S1. Here was the other S1 that appears later as time goes on. And this becomes an area that was a bounce area. And you can see it has bounced well up to here. Now it's bouncing off at the pivot. I am open to this coming and touching this again like you saw XDC. XDC came back down to hit this. Let me turn these off here. Let's turn this off right here. Pivots and stuff. Yeah, let's turn this off here. So we're at April 2022. Bam, great level. Others haven't even got there yet. Nice cup here. It's bottomed out well enough down here, man. You know, I'm bullish on it. I'm open to this like smack down there. It's not what I'm looking for, but I'm going to be open to it. But I got this thing going up another leg. I can probably even run this against, oh, it's looking like it's trying to do that right there. You know, I mean, when that cursor is here, so there goes the left, and then it goes and does this. Pull down here. Maybe there's another pull there, and then it goes. Yeah, I got this thing going to make a new high here. Let me see if there's any gaps I have on it from a different chart. Not that one. I have it going to make a new all-time high. So I just have to sit through the drawings. They're punishing. Very punishing. Yeah, up here. Look at them all up there. So it just... This is why I tell you, like, hey, man, there's ugly ahead, but let's just focus on the upside. It becomes very hard to read. You know, when you see the bottom and then I see the top, I'm like, well, shit, I got to pick one. You know, same here. Oof. Oof. Ooh. All right, man. I wish I could be concrete on this. All I can say is that these gaps get filled and these gaps get filled. And that's the best thing you should walk away with. But you're like, well, which one goes first? I'm like, well, you better play for the up and just know that this is underway. It will get you. So, you know, there was Gerald. Yeah, that's what you'd be looking for right there, man, is just that. Like, hey, he's got stuff going all the way up here. And what does Chainlink look like on its full? Chainlink had a very beautiful chart back in the day. It was running while everybody else wasn't. See it? And it is up here. That's the birth of it. So I wonder what's the fibs do on this thing. I'll even go back there. 55. I'd love to see it go to that 321. So Dogecoin went to the 321, which is $426. The 55 extension is very popular too. So that's a $72. So where it sits from its full, you know, I would like to see that 321. So it's a good grab there for you. I would let me just go and do this too. Kind of like these doing it like this. 4236 is 207. I like to see if any like will match with each other. 1618. The 1618 is the 882. I'm just playing conservative here, and then the 55. So that 1618 and the 55 are like a nice confluence with each other, conjunction. I could see him going there. Yeah. You're welcome, John. I think that'll be a wrap there. Wait, hold on. CRV and Crash always look the same, but CRV has great tokenomics. Great. Oh, so Chap was just sharing that. Some good information there. I was going to look at it if that's what you wanted to. CRV. Yeah, look at CRV. It's like, this is a good buy. Shit. This is a good buy. It hasn't moved yet. So it's either it does something or it doesn't. So like he says, if the tokenomics and stuff, it's just like, oh, you did say do it. Let me look at it. It has good, as you see, I can't do much there. It would just be under the 236. Go to CRV here. Did I got gaps and stuff on this thing? Ooh, yeah. So, you know, I'm going to love this. Areas that give me that feel good to say, let's go get these 300%. Think those come through. Has every right to do that. If we go ahead and go pull Fibonacci, let's see if it's tapping on this Fibonacci pivots. We're down by the S2. This is so similar to Casper, like Shaba was saying. It's like there. I got some gaps above to get us out of here and start reading it a different way, but as of now. The other thing is, man, don't be surprised to see some of these start going very vertical. You know? From this. Like, you can't see it here. But next thing you know, they go vertical. And I can pull like an OM, I think it is. Like these guys don't play games. Look, you see what I'm saying? Like, put that on a daily. Don't underestimate the market. Where it could look, you can't see. There's sometimes you just can't see what's there. I mean, shoot. Like I said, earlier in the stream, what do I need? 2 months, 3 months of a bull market to really, you want to see some action? This is action. And this is obviously not in a bear market, not even close to a bear market, and it's destroyed any kind of pullback anything had. It's just annihilated stuff. I got a couple of these like this, but then there's, you know, I'm not going to go over everything. It's up 6,800%. The top of that is where? Right here. So if I was to kind of match it, and if you wanted to have some kind of look, you know, look at it. Are we down here hitting a 3-pin bottom to start getting out of here, which says, okay, well, by after August, September, it starts. Bop, 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 bop. I don't know that fully, but CRV hasn't done shit. It deserves to do something. You see what I'm saying? So I will end on that note. I'll probably catch up with you guys at the end of the year. I do one, and then halfway, one, and then halfway, one. Stick to the macro. There's nothing else I need to look at except what I saw there. These streams would be of no value if none of that even happens and it just trickles all the way down and fills all my gaps below. But a decision has to be made, and as you can see, the market, I have plenty like this, are up and not looking. They don't look like CRV. They look like it's like. This is telling me what's on the horizon, I think. So wish you guys well. Stay strong out there. Have good health. Take care of your health. It's important. So I will see you guys later. And Jarvis, I had it closed, but I think hit me up on the DM. I'll talk to you because I remember you were in there with us. Yeah, you're always good energy, man. You're never toxic, and that's important to me. So I'll see you guys later. All right, take care. Bye.